So surprisingly, I actually really enjoyed Gotham Knights. It took a little bit of time to get into, but I thought it was the perfect blend of both Batman and Teen Titans. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video, we are going to be reviewing Gotham Knights, which is an action role-playing game recently released from Warner Brothers Interactive. But in this video, we will be purely looking at it from a storyline point of view. So not from a gameplay point of view, and not from like a frame rate point of view either. We are just looking at it from a cutscene storyline perspective. And so inevitably, there will be major spoilers in this video. So if you have played Gotham Knights, and you know exactly what's going to happen with all of the twists and turns, then definitely stick around as we're going to be doing a massive spoiler discussion. But if you don't mind things being spoiled, then you can also stick around as well. So firstly, let's look at the name. So Gotham Knights was adapted from an early 2000s novel series focusing purely on the Bat family, and I just love the Bat family. So when I had the Gotham Knights game series, is purely going to be focusing on Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Barbara Gordon, and of course Tim Drake. I was just over the moon. I did think that it was going to be a bit of a reveal towards the end of the video game that actually Damian Wayne is also going to be on the evil side, or maybe he's going to be introduced and maybe being converted to the good side, but maybe they're going to save that particular storyline for the second game. But going back to the Bat family, I absolutely love their dynamic. All of their interrelationships, all of the jokes, all of the mocking that they have of each other is just so cool, and it kind of makes you want to be part of the Bat family as well. As like I said, their dynamic is just absolutely spot on, and I feel like their character representations are really true to how you know them. For example, how Dick Grayson is really cocky and is the eldest child, how Jason Todd is a bit of an out-of-control guy who is trying really hard to control his emotions. Barbara obviously has a lot of baggage to deal with the fact of her father and with Bruce Wayne as well. And of course, Tim is this really innocent young guy. So like I said, I absolutely love their dynamic. And I think it's a really nice blend of a lot of humorous moments. Like I said, all of their interactions are just absolutely brilliant. You really are laughing out loud with all of them as well. But also, there's a lot of heartfelt moments, mainly with Alfred and all of them individually when they're having their little mini cutscenes. I feel like all of those really do pull on the heartstrings. And I feel like Alfred as a character, I love how he is just continuing to be the surrogate father figure for all of these different characters, just like he was with Bruce Wayne. I wish he would have delved a little bit more into the emotional side that Alfred is dealing with in terms of the death of Bruce Wayne, which you do see a little bit in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises when he thinks that Bruce Wayne died. So I would have loved to have seen a little bit more emotion coming from Alfred, but nonetheless, he really does bring all of the Bat family characters together brilliantly. And even though it definitely has got a lot of similarities from a combat and storyline aesthetic point of view to the Arkham series, it makes it very clear that it is its own iteration and its own narrative, and so it doesn't want to have any restrictions to the past, so it tells its own brand new storyline. And I have to say, the opening was just so cinematic. It immediately grips you and just pulls you in. I feel like the battle between Batman and Ra's al Ghul was just absolutely pure class, and you literally did feel like you're watching a cinematic spectacle on screen. And I think they started it off really well, as obviously everybody loves the Batman character, and then to see him so tragically dying and the impact that this then has on the Bat family, I just thought it started off so well. And we of course have the Harley Quinn animated series, which is just going from strength to strength. And I do feel like the producers did know that, and so did borrow a lot of the characters' personalities in this game, most notably obviously Harley Quinn, even though they did make her a lot more evil in this iteration, especially when she is controlling people. A lot of mind control games, no pun intended, in this storyline. And we of course have Clayface as well, and of course Mr. Freeze, who had his own mini storyline before they killed him off as well in the Harley Quinn animated series. And of course the Batman was incredibly popular, and I feel like Colin Farrell's brilliant portrayal as the Penguin definitely inspired this version's Penguin as well. I thought it was a little bit predictable that they're definitely going to bring Bruce back, but I thought it was only right to then kill him off again, even though it was really tragic to see him being killed off twice in this game. But I feel like it was only right, as of course this is focusing purely on the Bat family kids. So the Court of Owls were really good, especially how they were showing that they're always lurking around in the shadows a little bit similarly to these Caped Crusaders as well. And I loved Batman's line, very emotional, when he was saying, look, you guys are my real villains, the rich people that are controlling everyone, that are abusing everyone, that are oppressing everybody else. I thought that really did show what a true hero the Batman character is. I do think that they could have definitely pushed the mystery in terms of who is the head Court of Owl character character a little bit more, as I feel like they've resolved that mystery so quickly. Contrastingly though, I could not stand the League of Shadows in this iteration as they just lacked so much depth. I know Talia al Ghul really is this larger than life evil character. She was okay, but I just feel like the rest of them were just so weak. They definitely could have been so much more complex and so much more layered, and I was just waiting for them to bring this, but they never did, which was really, really disappointing. Speaking of shadows though, I definitely loved how they definitely did show that the shadow of Batman really does loom at large for everybody in Gotham City, both from a city point of view as well as from an individual character point of view, as this Caped Crusader definitely has touched every single character, and you can really feel his loss both from a hero point of view as well as from a villain point of view as well. And I absolutely love how all of the recent iterations of Batman really are returning to his mystery detective solving aspect of this character, as that is how Batman started, and that's the aspect of Batman as well that I absolutely love. I mean, of course, I love all of the action sequences, all of the fighting sequences, all of the powers-based sequences, all of that is really, really cool. But I love when they go back to basics in terms of all of the detective stuff, and it was really, really cool to see the Gotham Knight character stepping up into this area, which really does continue all of the detective solving stuff so well. Speaking of which, like I said before, I just love the dynamic between all of the Bat family kids. For example, Dick Grayson being the eldest one and just really regretting not being there when he really could have saved Batman against his fight with Ra's al Ghul. And of course, Jason Todd is still living with the fact that he was resurrected from the Lazarus pit and the fact that the Joker killed him. And there was a lot of focus on that. I guess that really does make the Red Hood character the Red Hood character, but it was really, really cool to see other aspects of him in terms of dealing with coming back from the Lazarus pit. And of course, Barbara Gordon had a lot of stuff as well in terms of both of her parental figures, both leaving and having to finally being able to step out of James Gordon's shadow at the end and really become her own character. Although that was a really, really nice moment. Tim Drake could have done a little bit more development, but I guess, you know, he is the young guy that is dealing with the fact that his father has just passed away and is just trying really, really hard to just help everybody, but people are really ignoring him and just disregarding him. But then I really did love that Jason Todd could see this and then really did bring Tim back into the fold. So, you know, overall, from a storyline perspective, I really, really enjoyed Gotham Knights. It definitely could have been a lot more dynamic, a little bit more developed, and a lot more stuff could have happened. But from what they did do in this game series, I have to say it was really, really good. And now I'm really, really excited to hopefully see it being continued in an eventual sequel one day as well. But now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think from a storyline perspective of Gotham Knights? Let me know what you think. But for all of the reasons that I said in this review, I have to give it a solid 7 out of 10, as Gotham Knights really did surprise me in the best possible way. But like I said, I'd love to hear what you thought, so please let us all know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.